The Great Barrier Reef has lost half its corals within 3 decades.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef, covers nearly 133,000 square miles and is home to more than 1,500 species of fish, 411 species of hard corals and dozens of other species. We found the number of small, medium and large corals on the Great Barrier Reef has declined by more than 50% since the 1990s, reported co-author Terry Hughes, a distinguished professor at the Arc Center of Excellence for Coral Reef Studies, in a statement. Coral population sizes are also considered vital when it comes to the coral's ability to breed. A vibrant coral population has millions of small, baby corals, as well as many large ones, the big mamas who produce most of the larvae, said Andy Dietzel, a doctoral student at the Arc Center of Excellence for Coral Reef Studies, in a statement. Population declines occurred in both shallow and deep water coral species, experts found, but branching and table-shaped corals, which provide habitats for fish, were worst affected by mass bleaching events in 2016 and 2017, triggered by record-breaking temperatures. Warm ocean temperatures are the main driver of coral bleaching, when corals turn white as a stress response to water that is too warm. Bleaching doesn't kill coral immediately, but if temperatures remain high, eventually the coral will die, destroying a natural habitat for many species of marine life.
This post received a score of 27,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
People should be aware that the Australian government gave to the Great Barrier Reef Foundation, under the pretense of helping the reef. This was a foundation whose partners were, big thanks to the Australian Liberal Party and National Party for doing everything possible to undermine the Australian ecosystem. Now we are fucking corrupt cunts. Edit, in case anyone wants some more depressing tales of corruption from the Australian Liberal Party, here's some good reads that break down the and the. Also check the comment by below, which has a link to further corruption. If you're looking to donate to Australian environmental causes, I recommend donating to whose funding has been.
Came here for this comment. Was wondering whose pockets the GBR Foundation lined. At the time of them getting the money they had 6 full-time employees, 5 part-time, and the round table of scumbags on the board is headed by the former chairman of Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Absolute fucking disgrace it happened, and even more sickening that the public didn't give a shit.
I think the general public didn't know the details. You rub Murdoch's back, he rubs yours.
A lot of Australian marine life is suffering the consequences of human ignorance. From the coral bleaching of the Great Barrier Reef to the now abandoned, I think, plans of drilling in the Great Australian Bight. This lack of care stretches to the mainland too, the government not doing much to incentivise renewables. Mining Corps have destroyed protected indigenous land for their profit, giving a pathetic apology as an afterthought. It's a shame. Australia is a country with many natural wonders. I just wish our government cared more for the country than its individual pockets.
It's not ignorance. They know what they're doing and don't care.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Maybe callousness is the better word.
Greed. It has always been greed. Humans are insatiable.
Our descendants are fucked.
Yeah, but how good is coal? It's harmless. Look at it. Nothing to be afraid of.
Squidward, I'm an environmentalist. SpongeBob, that means he's afraid of coal. Patrick, woo. I'm a coal LLLL.
Yet our government doesn't give a shit.
Yes, every do. About coal and corruption.
We need a sad version of an upvote. And a lot more environmental protections.
Upvotes are for visibility.
It's infuriating as an Australian to see how little the government cares about protecting the unique environments we're so lucky to have in our country. Huge thanks to Rupert Murdoch and the mining companies for keeping these arrogant pricks in power, but a large share of the blame also goes to the apathetic Australian voters for not educating themselves. One positive I'm hoping will come out of the current pandemic is maybe people will start to finally pay a bit more attention to politics, and they will start to see how damaging these right-wing governments can be.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.